Well, hello, hello, hello. How are you? Patricia here, Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the United States, but more specifically in Alaska. Sorry, trying to get this to, there we go. So it is, I think it's about minus 11 degrees today. Today is the 22nd of March. And, you know what? I have not mailed my sister's birthday card, and her birthday is on Monday. I am those of us who teach are sometimes the worst at mailing a card. I've had her card made forever. And have I mailed it? No, I have not. Now, I will, in my defense, tell you that one reason I haven't mailed it is because it is minus 11 degrees and I have to walk to the post office, which, mind you, is only about maybe, I don't know, a third-ish of a mile away. But it's minus 11 degrees out there. And normally, I would just have to go put it in the post office or post box if I were at home. Anyway. You get the idea. So today, what I thought we would do, those are kind of extras, is create some templates for card fronts. Now, this is my template. And what it is it gives me the pieces, if you will, of the puzzle, so to speak. And then on the back, I put what those layers are. But I could also measure if I felt the need, whatever works. But this is a template, and that's all it is. So what we've got, and I'll write this out for us, is I'm going to call this layout 1, since we haven't done this before. And we are going to have 2.5 by 4 3/4 for layer 1. Layer 2 is 3 by 4 inches. Okay, these are inches, of course. Then we'll have a sentiment strip. And it can be whatever you need for the sentiment, okay? And then we'll have a focal point. All right? So basically, this is what you're going to write on your on the back. You can either write it directly on the back or you can put it on a sticky note. I like the sticky note because then I can pull it to the front while I'm working on it and I don't have to keep doing this, okay? So this is going to be the layout. Now I've already made a couple of cards. I'm going to show you them and I'm going to show you the differences in them. The first one is this. Now I have to tell you, I am so in love with this Storybook series. Now, is this my favorite card? No, but there are elements of it that are this. And so we want to go through those because you don't have to follow exactly this. You'll notice I flipped these two. Instead of this one, the 2.5 by 4 3/4 being over here, it's over here. The smaller one, the 3 by 4, is also flipped. And then my little character is, or flower, animal, big words, whatever, is over on this side. And then there's my sentiment strip right up under my little, I don't know what he is, a mouse maybe, or I don't know what he is. But you'll notice he's in the little badger maybe. Anyway, he's in the paper behind that. Okay, somebody loves you. It's not a bunny, but that's okay. All right, so that's the first one. The next one, they're in the same position, but my sentiment is up here and my little, focal point is down here. It doesn't matter. It's still the same general layout. Okay, so this is from the, what are these from? What is this from? I have it right here somewhere, obviously. The Toadstools one. Oh, here it is. Terrific Toadstools. Okay. So, love this set. Now, the friend came from Friends for Life, and I used both the background and for the background friend and the front friend. And I just cut the front piece out of Designer Series paper. It was also the Toadstools. And so I just cut that. The Miss You, I believe, is also from Friends for Life. Okay, now I could have stamped this on the background, but I kind of liked the Designer Series paper. Okay, so that's another one. Those two. The one we're going to do today, I did a little bit differently. If I can find it. Okay, here we go. So, instead of just doing these two Designer Series paper, by the way, these could be Designer Series paper, they could be plain cardstock, they could be embossed on here, dry embossed, whatever they want, whatever you want. Okay, you could have a plain paper and then stamp on it, or cardstock, excuse me, and then stamp on it with that same color or another color, whatever you want. That's the issue, is the layout, not so much what kind of paper you did. Now, I will say this. This is very old, not very old. It's 2 or 3 years. It's not even that old. But this is old paper that I just didn't use. And so I think they were even scrap pieces of paper. And so I was able to put them on here. Excuse me. I've been eating my freeze-dried strawberries today. I live up in the village, I'm sure you're aware, and we do not get fresh much of anything. And so I occasionally eat my, love them, freeze-dried strawberries and bananas and different things. Anyway, I should not have taken that bite, but it's so yummy. Okay, so on this one, we are going to take a regular, this would be the regular layer on here. So 4 by 5 1/4. So let's go ahead and put that. I could put a layer before this layer, and let's call it a base layer. And it is 4 by 5 1/4. Okay. And I embossed it. Now, I embossed it because I wanted a little bit of texture in it. And this particular embossing folder is, it is the one that, hold on, I've got it right here somewhere. Oh, Birchwood. Birchwood. Okay. It's one of those really large ones. So I just put it down here near the bottom. And so I have embossed that, dry embossed it with my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. And and it was even something that I had used when I was doing Valentine's cards. So I'm going to put my liquid glue on here. All right. And put it on my base layer. So on my card base. So you won't even be able to see this or that red on there once I've glued it down. I did want to say one other thing about this. Because these are just layout ideas, I did not even put, it's not on a card base. I mean, this front is intended to be the card base, but it is not an actual full card. One thing I do want to add on here is that I could do a base layer that is 4 by 5 1/4 and emboss, dry emboss, I'll put that. Okay, so that's what I've put on here right now. Now it's just a matter of going through my other pieces. Now, this set that I'm using, or this bundle or suite, is the Storybook, where'd it go? This designer series paper, DSP, is Storybook Moments, and I'm also using Storybook Friends. Okay, this is where I got Somebody Loves You from the other card, and let's see, did I use, and Hello Friend for the front of this one. Okay, so I'm going to now go ahead and glue this on, and you'll notice I am using the front and back of the same paper. Okay, so put it on there whichever way you want, and I am going to put this on the embossed, the dry embossed sheet. All right. And I'm going to go ahead and put it over here on the left-hand side, just like my template shows. Be sure to make sure you've got the opening on the correct side. And I missed that corner just a smidgen bit. Smidgen bit, don't you love that word? Okay, this. Now, I will show you this. On one of these cards that I made earlier, I believe it was this one, I wanted more of this DSP to show, but I didn't want it to be, these are the front and back of the same sheet. I did not want this paper to be right behind my little character. So I moved it a little further to the left, and I moved that one a little further to the right so I could see at least a little bit more of it. And it's also the reason that I put this designer series paper on the bigger one on the right and this one on the left, because on this side of that paper wasn't anything that worked for me. So that it wasn't just, you know, putting it on there for no reason. I hate to cover that up. It's so beautiful, but it is what it is. So we're going to do it. Okay, so put my adhesive on there. Put this on here. There we go. Now, here's my character. I'm going to use the little bunny. Now, this is from that same sheet or same packet I just showed you, but it's the punch out pieces, and there are a lot of them. There's the little wheelbarrow, the little squirrel hanging on the branch. There's the badger with his fish, the little sheep or lamb or whatever she is. All of these, there's a little fence, little flowers here. All of these, I started to call that cottontail. Whatever those are. The watering can, all of this, the boots, the carrots. Oh, you know what? I could put a carrot on. Nah, I'm going to go with what I got. Anyway, all of those. It is amazing. But I put it on here and I was like, he sort of gets lost in that. So I think what I'm going to do is put this. Now, this came from this die. The center of it, when you cut out this frame, is this. And I love that. That is so perfect. This is just a smidgen crooked, but you know what? It's going to be crooked because it's already glued down. I didn't notice it soon enough. It's okay. All right, so that's what I'm going to do with my little character. Now, should I pop him up or should I pop this up? I think I'll pop him up. So I'm just going to glue this down. Oh, I was going to show you something on this. Now, if you look at the colors, they are, for the Storybook Moments, Basic Beige, Boho Blue, Cajun Craze, Calypso Coral, Cherry Cobbler, Crumb Cake, Early Espresso, Lost Lagoon, Misty Moonlight, Mossy Meadow, Old Olive, Pebbled Path, Pecan Pie, and Wild Wheat. This is the Wild Wheat. But I did not have either Boho Blue, which I really wanted, or Misty Moonlight in cardstock. I've already sent home so much of my, so many of my supplies that I didn't have it. But I did have, now let me see, I used Boho Blue. Okay, so I was like, wow, I wish I had that paper. I didn't. So you know what I did? I opened this up and I just, let me take a scrap. I took a scrap and just simply, large enough to cut the whole thing out. Here's the rest of it. And actually you can see, well, you could when I first did it. There was a little bit up here at the top that wasn't quite, but I took my stamp pad and I just put color on it. Now, what I did, I'm not doing that with this, but there you go. So one thing, notice how dark that is. And that was exactly what it looked like when I first did it. And I thought, that's not going to work. That is just way too dark. But it lightened up to this. And it's also the reason this looks speckly on the back. So if you just need a little bit, let's get rid of this. If you just need a little bit of cardstock in that color and you don't have it because you foolishly sent it all home or whatever, make yourself a little piece of cardstock with the ink. Oh my goodness, it works. Let's see how much this lightens up by the time we are done with the video. So I'm going to glue this part down. Actually, what I'm going to do is put this up on dimensionals, my sentiment, so that I can see where I want to put my focal point. Okay, not even going to glue it down yet. I'm just going to put it about right there, and I want this about right there. Okay, so that works. Whoops, where's my glue? Okay, and there we go. So he's going to go just about there. Make sure that's where I want it. Yep. And this right there. Okay, let's put some dimensionals on this little puppy. I know how. Oh, here they are. I absolutely, unequivocally adore, love and adore this. You know what? I'm going to cut this one in half. Where's my scissors? Because it does not need to be quite that big right there. Actually, I think I will use both pieces, one in the other little ear, because I don't want my ears to collapse. Might even put another little piece right there. I've already started taking out some from this edge, but what I really want is this edge here. Okay. So I'm going to pull this out and I'm going to put it on his little foot. There we go, or close to it. And there we go. Did I put enough dimensionals on there, do you think? All right. right, so let's take all of those off. And let's put him on there. He's just so cute. I know it's not really Beatrix Potter, but it reminds me of Beatrix Potter, and I have always loved her artwork and stories. All right, and there is my sentiment, and that's my card. Now, I had thought to maybe use this to go around my little character and, you know, put it down a little bit lower so that the top would fit on this wild wheat color. But it didn't put the distinction between my little character and this wild wheat color. And so I really liked it better with the inside piece of it. So don't throw away those inside pieces. Now, one thing I could do on here, and I'm not going to, but I could put a little bit of just a drawing here. Let me do it because I've said it now. I don't want dark boho blue. I want light boho blue. No, this is Misty Moonlight. Oh, well, we'll use dark since it's sitting right here. And I'm just going to draw a little bit of grounding for him. I want him to have a little bit of something that he's standing on. He's not just floating up in the air like that. There we go. Perfect. Isn't that just too cute? All right, let's look at all of hasn't lightened up too much quite yet. It's still pretty wet. I can feel that. All right, we'll put that out of the way. Put those out of the way because I certainly don't want to throw those away. And, need to put the lid on my glue. And here is my other card. So this is my template. Let's go up a little bit so that you can see them all. And it's moving and not the way I want it to move, right? There we go. All right. So there are our cards. Now, don't forget to create your envelopes. So I would stamp these with other characters or maybe even the same characters out of the stamp set for my envelope, Storybook Friends. At least for these two. For this one, I would probably stamp a mushroom, and I just haven't done them. Oh, did I do the mushroom one already? Because I started doing these before I decided to make a video. I've gotten bad about that lately. But anyway, here we go. There are the stamps. I mean, the cards. If you would, I would so appreciate you giving this a thumbs up, sharing the video, subscribing if you have not already done so. Click on that bell so you'll get notifications when I publish a new video. All of that is totally free to you, but it helps me so much. I really do appreciate it when you help me out like that. Thank you, thank you. Have a good one no matter where you are or what you're doing, and I will see you next time.